All right. Okay, today I am giving away an infographic on how to, let me give you the exact right thing, how to master storytelling in 6 steps. And that is coming from episode number 3, where I talked about creating engaging content using authenticity and the hero's journey. So I'm going to head back and go get my face taken care of here. And in the meantime, we're going to play a little countdown here and we're going to get rolling. All right. Oh my gosh. I'm getting so excited. It's kind of fun to actually start playing with all this stuff and getting some of the tech part mastered, right? Practice. Okay. So here we go. Today, I'm sharing episode number 3. So for those of you who are following along, we are coming up to episode number 100, which will be airing April 8th. And so as part of that countdown, we're taking I'm actually taking my own medicine, right? I'm putting my money where my mouth is and actually making us the number 1 case study in showing exactly how this method can work, right? So what I'm doing is bringing along, actually, you guys all, we out there? Oh, there you are. Okay, all right. Just got to have some fun with stuff, right? It's Friday afternoon, right? It's time for everybody to smile. Ha. These things are way too much fun. Okay, so when I started the podcast, here's what I did. I actually started it off with essentially a sideways webinar. So the very first episode, if you go back and listen to these, the very first one is my origin story. And then we talked about the vehicle. And so that was number 2. Then I went into false beliefs. So internal beliefs and external beliefs. So that's episodes 3 and 4. So if you follow along, this one here, number 3, is all about overcoming those internal objections. Am I worthy? Can I do it? Am I good enough? And I tell you what, when I first started recording this, I was like, I'm not really sure if I am. Kind of felt like, sad panda. So I wanted to make sure that we had some fun really happening with these episodes, right? So here is, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys because this is, after all, a live audit. Now, some of these episodes I have not even gone back into for almost a year, right? So this one here is one of the top rated episodes. And ironically enough, like I said, this one originally started off because I was like, I want to talk about overcoming those internal objections. And really what I realized is that by overcoming, the reason that we're feeling those internal objections, can I do this? Am I worthy? Is it not good enough? Justin says that he can't hear me. Maybe this is a completely silent episode. I don't know. Is that better? Can you hear that? And we're just going to go right to some magnets because that was totally fun. All right. So here we go. What I wanted to do was make sure that I was talking about overcoming those objections, but really how I got there myself was by knowing that I was creating engaging content. And how was I creating engaging content? I was doing that by telling stories and doing fun things and ways that people feel endeared to me and my story. And what that does is it starts to give me laser focus because, that's always fun. And but really, creating those stories creates that emotional connection with people. And so then I was like, all right, I really want to make sure that we're talking about storytelling, right? And what's the best storytelling method? I learned my storytelling method back about 10 years ago from Donald Miller. Story Brand. And if you haven't seen any of his stuff, go check it out. It's pretty awesome. So in prepping for the episodes that we did, I went through here and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go record an episode where I'm talking about the hero's journey. And so I'm gonna scroll down here and see. So what I ended up sharing in the episode was my walkthrough of the hero's journey. Now, here's what was really awesome is that the hero's journey, using that to talk about storytelling. And in that, I was able to share stories that I had heard also. So not only sharing my own story, but stories from other people and talking about you really, really tapping into that authenticity and sharing the things that scare you. And so I was truly inspired in that story by Natalie Hudson. And so I included some information about her. And Brene Brown, also one of my favorites. Love listening to anything Brene. So I kind of tapped into those things and I created myself a little bullet list. But what I ended up doing on the episode was not enough prep work. So looking back on it now, I look into like how I came through and came up with the stories that I was going to tell and how I came up with this tip here, which is this, by the way, this amazing beautiness here is the infographic that I'm giving away for today. It's so pretty, right? I just love these. They make my heart so happy. Okay, so I realized though that when I was in the middle of the episode, if you go listen to the episode, which by the way, if you go to the Virtual Jen, you can go read the blog post and the episode is all the way in here. You can link through to the YouTube. You can go, we have the Spotify link here. We're also on iTunes and all that good stuff. So number 3 is what we're at. So this episode, if you go listen to it, you'll find that, actually I'll put it on here, but I'll mute it. And this is when I was recording the shop. Pretty awesome, right? So if you go back and watch this episode, you'll see some of the things that I'm talking about. And I sort of kind of went and I started going in circles and I was like, oh, partway through the episode, here I am going, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So I started in a weird way creating my own inward fear spiral in the middle of recording my episode, right? Kind of not the best procedure, but that is exactly why we go back and look at content. So this episode, even regarding all of that things that I feel like I screwed up, what we did is I went back and said, all right, this is still one of the top rated episodes that people are looking at. And I think it's because we're talking about storytelling techniques. And so fairly recently, we actually went back and said, all right, this is one that's still attracting a lot of traffic and a lot of information. So how can we update this? So I took the opportunity to go through and say, all right, if this is really a top episode, why is it top? Because I think we're talking about storytelling. So this is, my take on mastering storytelling in 6 steps. But what really is what is storytelling and how are we using it in business? So if I scroll back, I know I'm scrolling through this stuff really fast. I'm sorry. If we look here and say, the reason that we're actually talking about storytelling is because we're wanting to create that emotional engagement. Yes. But we're also, what it's doing is it's adding a human aspect into your business. Yes. And what we're doing is we're establishing a strong personal brand and a strong business brand. And that's why these things work in like storytelling marketing. This is why these things work to attract people into your business, because we are pulling, we're pulling at people's heartstrings, right? That's what we want to do, is tug at the heartstrings. And also get really stupid filters so that you can have fun on lives and just be a total dork, right? Because then people are going to love you. Okay, so here we go. So what I did is I went back and I said, okay, this one is getting attention. So what are the threads? Like, why is this pulling information through? Why is this resonating? Why is this attracting traffic? And we went and updated our blog, and we added in some more information here about what digital storytelling is and how it actually works to support your business. And then we weaved in the examples that I had talked about in the episode. And then of course, then we went into talking about content repurposing, because once you have a good story, people want to continue hearing it, which is exactly what we're doing here with these lives, right? Okay, so there you go. That's a 10-minute review of this episode. And honestly, like, we went from talking about the hero's journey, which, by the way, I realized when I was talking about the hero's journey and explaining that in the episode, I was like, oh yeah, I totally got the hero's journey nailed. And then I get in the middle of it and I'm like, oh, I'm not sure that I remember all the terms that they talked about, which is why my storytelling is slightly different than like the terms from the hero's journey. It's still the same process, but it's not exactly the same because I didn't do enough prep work and I didn't have my notes in front of me to be able to say, oh, here you go. That's what we need. But then we were able to come back and say, all right, we're going to update this and we're going to give it some more relevant information, right? So we went from talking about hero's journey and the importance of digital storytelling into repurposing and creating evergreen content, and then actually talking about going through old social posts, old blogs. It also makes sense, right? And kind of gave some tips and stuff on actually using storytelling and how that works into your business. So what I believe is that we have actually bolstered this episode and made it even stronger and better. And so the original episode is still in LinkedIn here. I had it in the video. Here we go. This one here, or still out on Spotify. And then of course you can come into our blog here and read more. And make sure you go grab this amazingly lovely infographic. Okay. Awesome. I'm going to take, I know it's Friday afternoon and everyone's like, okay, I am so ready for the weekend, right? Looking around like, hey, it's time. It's time to get jamming on the weekend and go binge watch some Netflix, right? Yep. But first, what we are going to do is I'm going to show you guys the awesomeness that is coming. I was striving so hard to try to get to a place where I had this ready for you guys today, and I didn't make it. And you know what? I'm going to give myself some grace and say that that's okay, because you guys are still here. You're still seeing this. And if you comment, ooh, I didn't even put that up. Hey, look, watch this. Comment below and we'll include you in the contest, and I will send you the awesome infographic that we're going to share, right? And then also make sure that you go, if you're going to go watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, and go like, rate, and review, because we appreciate all of that. So what we do have, let me grab this and show you guys. So this is in our final draft mode. And I'm so stoked to show you guys this. So pretty. So this is what's going to be available as of tomorrow, because I myself am I'm having my team work as much as they can, and I am whoops, here we go. Share my screen. And this is, here we go. Is this up? Yep. Okay. So here is the ebook that we have put together. So this has our top 10 episodes in it. And obviously it's not entirely done yet, but each episode has the breakdown. It has the bridge story and the personal story that I have told from each one of them. And these things are like, they're so pretty, right? Each of the infographics that we've been giving away. So the whole collection is here. You can get all of them all at one time. Pretty awesome, right? And links to the blog and links to the YouTube episode. So you can go really dig in, and this becomes a quick reference guide. I'm just going to flip through this. Look at how awesome this is, right? Yeah. Oh, this is our working copy, but you can see how pretty it is and which ones are coming up, right? So this is going to be available here for you guys as of tomorrow, along with a couple of really cool announcements. I'm actually going to be sharing the complete behind the scenes of how we set up this entire promotion for episode 100 and showing you guys open book all of our results, right? Everything that we did from planning, what went right, what went wrong. Trust me, a lot has gone wrong so far, but that's okay because I'm still here and you're still here and it's Friday. That calls for a dance, right? Yeah, totally does. Yep. All right. So you guys are amazing. Please make sure you comment. Let me know if there's any other topics or anything that you want me to cover. But for now, I'm going to be going through. I'm even going to go live this weekend. So watch for me, same time, 4:30 Mountain, Saturday and Sunday. And I'm going to be sharing all these awesome things. And you guys, there is so much more to come. It's insane what we have happening behind the scenes. And I can't wait to share it all with you guys because I love you. Yes. Wait, let's get some other. Yeah, those ones are even better, right? Groovy. Okay, I am going to peace out. Thank you guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Make sure that you go check out the virtual Gen and go read some of our blogs that are out there. Love to hear any comments, feedback, and make sure you grab those amazing infographics and keep tuned because we're giving away some goodies in an awesome contest. All right. Thanks, you guys.